Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Hollibaugh from Zentangle. Now, this, I usually reserve, there's three tangles that I teach when I do, three basic tangles when I teach my Zentangle Essentials class, because it teaches some essential techniques, hence the name of the class. And, but I thought, there's no reason why not to do it here. I keep mentioning it, but I have not done a quickie video on this. All right, so mine as well. Pick the space, whatever your section you're tangling on your paper or your tile. And what I always do with this one is I just kind of pick a direction and then draw. And I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna go, I'm going to do like this. I was debating, sorry, if I wanted to stop and do the four corners and a border, but I decided not to. All right, so a straight line. Then we're going to essentially aura that straight line, and which is, drawing a parallel line to it. So these can be as thick as you want. Not too thin, I would say, but again, it's one of those, it is always up to you. Also can do it, they can have a little curve. You can add flair to it, but I'm just going to share, the basic concept of it. Then, so once you have one, that's good. Then, because this one is kind of freeform, so I try to turn my tile, not think about it, and decide, okay, I'm going to draw another straight line. Now, this is the Hollibaugh technique. So I'm coming up to what I've already drawn, pick up my pen, travel it across, and put it down on the other side and continue. It's hard to do that, and it's hard to do it and talk at the same time. So, watch again. So, taking my pen, I'm picking up, I'm traveling it across. In my mind, sometimes I see like a cartoon, little dotted lines going across as my pen travels. And then, again, you put it down on the other side and continue. Then, pick another direction, and it's the same idea. In this, you're just filling in as much as you want, leaving as much, open space as you desire. That's not so straight of a line, but that's okay. Let's see, I'm going to do this. Sometimes, you have a challenge where you might, especially like if you're going over a not corner, like this, if I'm going this way, or something where you have a wide space to travel your pen across. It just adds for a little bit of a challenge, but you just have to pay attention to where you put, where you put your pen down afterwards. Now, one temptation sometimes is to, I'll just do this. I'll do this section, and then I'll do this section. No, it doesn't. I mean, yes, you probably could, and maybe it would line up fine, but having one continuous thought seems to work the best. And okay, I think let's see, we'll be daring here. I'm going to do one this way, so that way we can, we'll just see how good I can be. So I'm going to do like here, travel here, travel here. Oh, okay, that one turned out okay. This long traveling, and you just do the best that you can. It's all okay. And then, again, however you want your space to be, it's up to you. So I'll draw a little extra one, say here, and I'm feeling like I need to have something this way, so we'll kind of go angled this way. Now, I would also say to also pay attention to where you might have, even if it's just a little bit of, like right here. So let's say I'm going to, let's say I'm going to start it here, but I'm going to put a little darkness right there, even though it's just a little smidge, and draw it through, because it makes a difference in the end. And this is pretty much it. There's a lot of things that you can do with this tangle, like all of them. Sometimes what I have done in the past, because it's cute, is I will put a little, I might as well go ahead and do it, in the empty space. And again, you fill it up as much as you want, or as little as you want. If you want a lot of space, it's fun to play with that. But I'll put just a black, pearl or big black orb in these sections. or little one if it's a little section. And it's just kind of neat to, you know, somewhat mark the those sections. On that one, we'll just say that would, oh no, that would, see, I almost did it there, and that wouldn't be right because that's a board. All right, now for some shading. What we're going to do, so we're going to put some graphite on, oh, sorry, I slid off the screen there. We're going to put graphite along the straight lines. And, oh, let's see, when we were doing the tangle, oh, what is this one? I forget. Oh, let's see. It was, oh, facade. I think I talked about this a little bit. If you have been following and playing along on my daily tangles. So I'm putting some graphite on the outside. I call these boards. Because if I remember this, and I could be very wrong. If I remember the story right, Molly, is it Molly? Hollibaugh, because that's her last name. And I don't remember if it was her husband or something, a woodworker anyway. And so like this is like a pile of boards, if you will. And so I will end up calling them boards. So what I'm doing, oh, and I should have, let me smudge that out with the tortillon before I go any further. And so that way I can show you this awesome magic. All right. So again, along the straight lines. And so yes, we're crossing these because this is over these and there is a straight line. So we went over it already. Now I'm going to pull out the graphite just a little bit. And you can almost see already, it's just so neat how it's like all of a sudden this becomes almost a lighter color than the rest of the page, even where we haven't even touched graphite. It just, you see that. It pops right out. You know, and it looks, like I said, it looks whiter than this over here. I haven't touched that with anything. It's just amazing. So then we continue on all of the straight lines. So this serves as, you know, kind of fixing the over and under idea. So this automatically covers where this board is going under this one. And because we're doing it on all of the straight lines, it just helps with that. So there's, you know, like I said, there's always a number of ways that one can shade. I was teaching this class, and I should be doing this in some order so that way I don't get lost here. And, but I'm not. I also should be turning my, it's always good to have your pencil tip or the tip of the tortillon pointed towards the line you're kind of drawing under. So I was teaching a class and explaining this, and for whatever reason, this one person decided to, you know, and I don't, it might have been before I said, oh, going against the straight lines, I think that might have clued me in. It's like, oh, you know what? Say that. That makes a lot more sense. So, because what she did was she drew on the inside. Now, you could, of course, do that because it doesn't matter. And what it ended up doing is it made all of these then look like straws. So it rounded them because she went on the inside instead of the outside. So, of course, you can, you know, play with that and have fun with it. So, again, this is just one way. And so then as you kind of get, I want to say like deeper and deeper into, into the spreading of the graphite, it creates that dimension. You can't see my hands because I have the camera too thin, but it creates like a dimensional as if we're going into the paper. And it's just really, really neat. All right, we'll get this done. And let's see, like here, because, you know, we had some graphite here, had some here, that puts that down even further because there's just a lot of graphite there. All right, this way. Like I said, I try to have some kind of order to it because otherwise I end up then afterwards looking and saying, how on earth did I miss that? This one I don't think I missed, but I was still seeing a line, and I like to see gradient. It's my aim always to develop the gradient on the graphite instead of seeing what looks like lines. All right. And there we go. All right. So isn't that, it's just, I don't know, it's just amazing. And a fun tangle, and lots of things you can do with it. But I also just thought, this is good practice to kind of work on and explain the Hollibaugh technique within its own tangle, instead of as a, because it's a technique that we use so often in doing Zentangles. So hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, would love to have a thumbs up. And if you liked it enough that you want to see more of my videos or be notified of them, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And also, if you do that, make sure to hit the notification bell next to it so you can choose how you want to be notified, if you want to be notified at all. In the description section, I will put a link to my step outs, and there's also ways to connect with me if you so desire. I teach classes as of the recording of this video, and hopefully for a really long time. I am doing some free classes on Thursdays. I'm in Eastern time, so at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. And then below is also some other information about classes and things if you're interested. All right. Well, with that, I wish you happy tangling.